Hello and welcome to Tradie Business School, the podcast for trades and general contractors, where we talk about practical insights and give you some real tips and just really have some grounded conversations around what it takes and some of the ways that you can run your business more effectively, efficiently, and enjoyably. I'm Miranda, one of your hosts today, and I am going to be talking to you about the 3 fatal mistakes that you can make when advertising for with a job ad. And I'm wondering if you've noticed that there is a bit of a labour shortage in many areas. There are shortages of applicants. It's really quite challenging for people to, when you run a job ad, the numbers of applicants are dropping significantly. I'm hearing time and time again with our coaching clients that the number of applicants for the same ad they might have posted a year ago is getting a quarter or less of the number of applicants. Those that are coming through seem to be sometimes less qualified. That's not always true. However, the challenge often lies in getting more qualified. So if you're looking for an A grade, you're looking for a higher qualified, a third, fourth year, then they seem to be staying where they are and not necessarily actively looking for a change in role. So what does that mean? Well, that means that if you've got an opening or perhaps you're looking for somebody to fill out your business where you've got an increased demand in work coming in, and so many business owners are seeing that at the moment where they are swamped. You know, the idea of lead generation or marketing to get more work honestly scares them, because the ability for them to deliver on the commitments to their customers and clients is rapidly diminishing. Not because of any want, not because of any sort of often, it's not because of failings in their business, other than they need hands on deck to do the work. And good quality hands to do the work. We always talk about recruiting to values as being critical, and this conversation does not take away from that. It is so important that you hire somebody that is a match for your business, not just, well, you've got a heartbeat, that'll do. Although I kind of get at the moment, and I hear this a little bit, it's like I just need somebody. But the adage does go, hire slow, fire fast. The damage that the wrong person in your business can do is huge, from your culture, the morale, the quality of delivery to a client, the customer experience, and therefore their referral rate. All of those things are long-term impacts. And right now, it's very, very easy to play the short game, to look at what's straight in front of us, to have our heads down going, I need to do this now. These are the fires burning around me. Yet I urge you all to look up occasionally and at regular intervals and look at the future, look at the longer game. So there's got to be a balance here. The businesses that look up and look at the horizon, look at the 6, 12 month or longer horizon, and are thinking of their business from that perspective, will be the ones that are in a better position to survive and to thrive. Yet at the moment, I'm guessing it's like, wow, I need to hire somebody, and I've been advertising, I'm putting these job ads there, and I'm potentially even spending a lot of money on ads. I'm wondering if out there anyone's tried, for example, Seek. I'm hearing a lot of people putting quite a lot of money into Seek ads, and then, for example, they run a 30-day ad, and then there's a sort of a flurry of potential interest or response in the first number of days, and then it just drops off. And they're like, well, that's only 7 days into my 30-day ad. So I'll circle back round to that in a little bit. That's one of the ways. I'm wondering if anyone's tried Facebook ads. It is a really good way to get your job ad in front of people who may not be actively looking, but they're scrolling around and looking, and then an opportunity can pop in front of them. So that's the benefit of advertising on Facebook and a platform like that, because somewhere like Seek or Indeed requires somebody to actively be on that platform and looking for a job. And many, many people out there are not actively looking at the moment. But if an opportunity passes by them, then it can pique their interest and start them thinking, oh, wow, okay, maybe that's a possibility for me. Let me look into it a little further. Like ignites a spark of interest. So even if you advertise on Seek, you can still then share that ad on Facebook, which is another great tactic. So let's jump into the 3 fatal mistakes that I see so many business owners making. I've been looking at job ads and I watch them, and I work with our coaching clients often to help them refine their job ads. We've had some amazing results. Just in the last week, someone had a job ad. They were having 0 applicants, and we, helped them rewrite the ad. We tweaked it, and within, I think, probably 2 or 3 hours of the ad going up, they had about 5 calls. So these few tips I'm going to share with you today are the tip of the iceberg. They're certainly things that work. I've seen them work. So get your pens at the ready, unless, of course, you're driving a car, or you can circle back to this recording. It's on YouTube. I know it's in the group, things like that. So the first fatal mistake that I see people make is in their job ad, it's all about we. And what do I mean by that? So and I'm wondering if this is your job ad or you've read one like this, is the ad starts with, we are an amazing company. We've done X, Y, Z. We have been around for 17 years. We provide high quality, amazing service. We do this and we do that and we da-da-da. So that we talk about and often call, especially in marketing terms, as weeing all over yourself. So just think about this for a moment. A human being's first and most interesting thing to themselves is them. And this is the saying you might have heard as well, is what's in it for me? And that is more prevalent than anything right now. It is not that the tables have flipped and turned, where once in the past, there were many people looking for work. And so the we statements and talking all about your business kind of worked, because they were wanting to work and choose the best opportunities. That, wow, I really want to work for them. Please take me. Well, it's flipped now. There are more jobs available than there are applicants. So applicants can pick and choose, and they are thinking more about themselves than ever. So we've got to flip that. So that's the first mistake. If your job ad starts with we, all of that in the opening paragraph, change that. What to change it to, though? I'll tell you about that in just a moment. I'll come at the end and I'll talk to you through just a really brief structure that works. So that's the first mistake. The second mistake is not talking to the applicant, the human being that is looking for a job. So often we see we, and then it's all about the job, and you must have all of these things and be able to have all of these qualifications and all of this in the end. And it's all about the job, the ad, and the business. Contrast that with talking to the person as a human being. Think about what it is that they want at the moment. So, for example, are they the sort of person that has done, maybe completed their apprenticeship and is looking for that next step? What would that be like? What are they looking for? Maybe they are somebody that potentially has been subcontracting and is tired of doing the marketing for themselves, tired of doing all the back end business things, and they really, right now, because of whatever's going on in their life, maybe they've got a new family, a young family. Maybe because the world is so uncertain at the moment, they want the certainty of just knowing they have consistent work coming in. So how about mentioning your ad? Like, would you maybe like to get paid regularly every week? Are you looking for an opportunity where you can do what you do really well? You can write that in more specific language and not have to worry about X, Y, and Z. So really get into the hearts and minds of the wants and desires of the candidate that you're seeking. What can you offer them that speaks to that? Maybe it's being able to work in a particular geographic location and not having to travel a distance. For example, if they live on the outskirts of a city and they're used to having to commute a long way to get work, maybe your opportunity means that they can work more in their local area. Maybe the work that your business does offers a particular, works for a particular type of client. Maybe there's high-end painting. Maybe you offer only commercial electrical work as opposed to residential. There might be something there that attracts a certain sort of person. So think about all of those things and add those in. The last mistake, or the third one, is what I call a vanilla headline, where the ad that you put out there just says carpenter, painter, electrician needed. That's it. Just one word or two words, and that's it. Probably the most vanilla, unexciting headline on a job ad ever. That's not enough anymore. When someone's scanning, just think about it. They might type in for carpenter jobs into Seek, and they just end up with carpenter, 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 carpenter. How's yours going to stand out? So I'm wondering if anyone's ever read the Sydney Morning Herald or the Age or any newspaper or perhaps even a blog online, any kind of online medium, and you're scrolling through. What is it that gets you to click first? The headline. The headline is the hook. It is the thing that piques your interest enough to make you want to pick your finger up and press click on that. Because honestly, most of us are like in a zombie state when we're just flicking through and scrolling. It's like, oh, what's going to be worth my effort to pick up my finger and press click? And that's the reality. So think about the headline that you're putting on your job ad. I would be always putting something more exciting in the job ad that talks to the opportunity more. So maybe you're a growing business. Maybe you're located in a particular place. Maybe, as we talked about earlier, there's a particular type of work that you do. So the job ad could be experienced carpenter needed for amazing opportunity in a growing team. 4th year required for, insert a specific type of work here. Think about the opportunity and add a second part to the headline. If that's the minimum that you do, is think about your headline. And yes, maybe you put the title in there of the job. Maybe the person you're looking for wants a growth opportunity. They're looking for the opportunity to be to be mentored and grow into maybe a leading hand role. So maybe there's such and such needed with opportunities for growth into leading hand role. Whatever is going to speak to the type of candidate that you want, the applicant that you want, add that into your headline, because you've got to stand out in those lots and lots of ads that are passing by and speak to them as a person. So that's the flip, is think about them. So I'll revisit those 3 fatal mistakes. The first is we to open, weeing all over yourself, talking about yourself first. The second is having nothing in the job ad about the candidate and their wants, needs, and desires, connecting with them as a human being. And the third is having a vanilla headline, where it is quite literally 1 or 2 words that just say the title of the job, and it is so beige or vanilla and uninspiring that they're going to scroll straight past it. So I said in the beginning I was going to give you a few tips as well on what to do instead. So what I recommend is to have a strong headline that talks, as I talked about, a little bit more about the role, and to put that in there. The second thing is to open with some information, some questions, or some copy around what it is that is speaking to the wants, needs, and desires of the applicant. So you might add some information around the growth opportunities, to be part of a team, to get paid regularly, to do particular types of work. You might add that I would add that into the very opening. So it's the first thing they see. So they see this great headline, and then the next thing they get is some information that really speaks to them as a human being. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm kind of liking this. So I'm going to keep reading, because that's all you want to do, is keep them engaged in reading enough that they're like, I'm interested in this. This sounds pretty good. It's not just the same ad that I always see someone talking about themselves. They won't consciously think that. They will just read it more than they will read any other job ad. And that's what you want. You want them getting to the bottom where you've got what to do, how to apply. Then I would be including some information around what the benefits are of the role. So you've got a great headline, you've got some information about the person. What are the benefits of the role for them? So what's in it for them? And then you might be putting some information at the end around some core skills and qualifications required for the role. So we're getting into the bit more of the detail, the boring stuff, but important stuff. You're not starting with all of that. And then most importantly, at the end, be really, really clear on what you want them to do to apply. I see this all again. So apply here, and there's no instruction on how to apply. So instantly that becomes hard for them. Well, what do I do? How do I apply? What do I write? What do I write in the subject? What do I send them? I'm not sure how to apply. And if you're wanting it to be easy and you're wanting some applicants to come through, make it really easy. Tell them what to do. Tell them to send a resume. Tell them what to write in the headline. Tell them when to do it by. Tell them when applications will close by. Tell them what will happen next and that they will get a call within 24 hours. Just tell them so that you can bring certainty to them and stop it being hard. Because the moment things get really hard, a lot of people just switch off and don't do it. Now, the flip of that is that you might want it to be a little bit hard so that you weed out the riffraff. So in an ideal world, when we get a lot of applicants, we want to make it hard for those that we don't want to apply, because that saves us time. So it may be that you ask them to do a specific thing as part of their application. That means that it becomes very hard for those that you don't want to apply. So immediately you're not wasting your time with a bunch of applicants that you don't want. That's another episode of the podcast. So I'm not going to get into that here, or we'll be talking all day. So there we have it. That's the 3 fatal mistakes that you can make in a job ad, and a few tips on how you can correct those and stand out from others in the thousands of job ads that are out there at the moment, and hopefully boost the number of applicants that you get, speed up the process. So if you've loved what I've shared today, please hit like below. Please share this so that your other people that you know can benefit from the tips that have been included today, because I know this is a pain for so many. And I'll be back again, and have a great day. I'll be connecting in with some more hot tips, some more things that I know will help you, especially during what's going on in the world at the moment, and all that's going on for trades businesses. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.